Close your eyes for a second. Let your other senses take over. What do you smell? There's the sharp, clean smell of lemon, cutting through the richness of melting butter. Smoke curls up from glowing embers, carrying the promise of a slow-cooked feast. You can almost hear the sizzle of a hot pan, a sound that speaks of care and attention. Someone laughs in the next room, a warm and familiar sound that fills the space with joy. This is the music that plays out in kitchens and backyards all across the country. This is Argentina's table, a place built not just with wood and nails, but with generations of shared moments, stories and flavors that linger long after the meal is over. This sensory landscape is the true introduction to Argentine food. It's not just about the food on the plate, it's about the entire feeling that surrounds it. Argentine food is a map of arrivals, indigenous crops and techniques braided with Spanish, Italian and broader European traditions. The immigrant hand taught pasta to the pampas, and the land taught meat its calm. The story of this cuisine is written by waves of immigration. Each group brought their own culinary chapters, adding to a book that was already being written on the land itself. From the ports of Europe, they carried not just their belongings, but their tastes, their techniques, and the memory of home in the form of family recipes. The identity of the food is shaped by the land. In the fertile pampas, beef became king, the heart of the nation's diet. But travel south to Patagonia, and the story changes to lamb, seasoned by the wild herbs and the salty air of the south. This regional diversity is the foundation, a canvas on which generations of immigrants would paint their own flavors. If Argentina has a religion, the asado is one of its oldest rites. It's more than a barbecue. It's a social ceremony, a slow-cooked performance where the main ingredient is time. It begins not with the meat, but with the fire. Building the perfect bed of brasas or embers is an art form in itself. Then come the cortes, the cuts of meat. Each has its place, its time, its own conversation with the fire. From the tira de asado and the vacío, to the essential chorizo and morcilla, the grill becomes a landscape of flavors, and it's not just meat. Provoletta, a disc of provolone cheese grilled until molten and crispy, is the beloved opening act. And no asado is complete without its faithful companion, chimichurri, a sharp herby sauce that cuts through the richness of the meat. The parrillero is not merely a cook, he is a timekeeper. The conversation stretches like smoke, rising and falling with the slow cadence of meat over coals. It's a culinary and social identity forged in fire. For many it's the very definition of community, it's the weekend, it's family, it's a reason to come together. If the asado is Argentina's sacred ritual, the empanada is its most beloved messenger. Every province folds its story into an empanada. The fillings tell a regional tale, from the spicy, potato-filled salteñas of Salta to the classic beef of Tucumán, or the gentler flavors preferred in Buenos Aires. The crimp on the edge, the repulgu, is a signature, a code that tells you what story is sealed inside. Baked or fried, they are the ultimate portable family food. They are a delicious map of the country's identity, a staple at every party, picnic, and family gathering. They are a party starter, a quick lunch, and a deep-fried or oven-baked piece of comfort. And just when you think you understand them, you'll find a sweet one, a delightful twist in the tale. Some things are beverages, mate is a conversation. The ritual is precise. The gourd, the bombilla, the hot but not boiling water. It's a ceremony of patience. But the true meaning is in the sharing. It is passed in a circle, a silent act of friendship and trust. You only say gracias, thank you, when you've had enough. It's a language all its own, gracias. If mate is the conversation, then dulce de leche is the syrup of memory. It's the soul of the alfajor, Argentina's beloved cookie, a handheld hug of sweetness. This national sweet tooth shows up in decadent chocotortas, creamy Italian-style helado, and the festive pan dulce at Christmas. And it's okay to keep dulce de leche in the fridge like a private national treasure. We won't tell. Between the elegant restaurants and the family table stands the bodegon, honest, unpretentious, full of history. It's a world that spills onto the streets with the irresistible smell of choripan from a curbside vendor, or the comforting embrace of a neighborhood pizzeria, a legacy of the city's deep Italian roots. And on a hot day, the heladerias offer a cool escape, serving ice cream so rich and creamy it rivals the best Italian gelato. But to truly complete the picture of the Argentine table, we must talk about wine. Specifically, Malbec, a grape that found its true home here, becoming an international ambassador for the nation's terroir. It's the perfect partner for a grilled steak, a complex and robust flavor that speaks of the sun and soil of the Andes. There are chefs who look at embers and see a map. Francis Mallmann is one such voice, carrying tradition into the open fire of modern gastronomy. He took the rustic, primal techniques of the gauchos and Patagonian natives and elevated them to global attention, reminding the world of the power and elegance of cooking with fire. Today, a new generation of chefs are asking a vital question: how do you honor your roots while innovating for the future? They are reviving indigenous ingredients, championing small-scale producers, and protecting the traditions of artisan cheeses and sweets. Tradition is not a chain but a craft, passed, shaped, and sometimes softened for new hands. So let's go back to where we started. A Sunday lunch, the sound of a knife on a cutting board, the laughter of children. The mate is passed. The last piece of alfajor is playfully stolen by a cousin. This is Argentina, not a menu, but a memory. A story told not in restaurants but in backyards and kitchens where the ingredients are food, family, and time. If you felt warmth, subscribe. If you felt hungry, try making provoleta this weekend. And if you burn the meat, blame the coals, not the country.